All right, we're live. Abdul-Ahad Patel, MMA UK, and my guest here today is Kieran Williams. How you doing, Kieran?
I'm all good, bro. I'm all good. I'm all good.
Yeah. How's
Yeah.
training, my man?
Training's going good. Training's going very good. I'm in camp, so it's the best time to be training, isn't it? So yeah.
Good stuff. And when's the date? When we fighting?
So the first fight is 26th of June. That's on Golden Ticket in Wolverhampton. So there's two shows on that day. I'm on a daytime show. Um, so I think it'll be 5 weeks on Saturday. So yeah, I'm not too far out now. And then I've got another one lined up in September. Obviously not really thinking about that one too much.
Yeah.
Uh, and that I think that's in Liverpool, and that's in September the 4th.
Okay. Nice. And so you're fighting a Ryan Lockyer, is that right?
Yeah, that's I don't know too much about him, but
Mm.
obviously I've scoped out his fights from what's on YouTube. But I think he fights out of Matt Academy, I think, which is Lewis Long's gym. So I'm expecting.
Well, in Wales, Kieran.
Yeah, Wales. I don't know where exactly it is. It's either Cardiff or Swansea, that kind of side. Anyway, South Wales definitely.
All right. So how you feeling leading up to the fight then?
Do you know what? I'm feeling so good, so ready. I'm excited. Never been like just taking the gym aside, like mentally, I'm in the best place possible. So going into this fight, this whole last year with COVID, I know it's affected a lot of people in different ways, but to be honest, it's been a blessing for me.
Yeah, fair play, man. It's definitely like obviously, I follow you on social media and I keep up to date with what you're doing, and I could see from firsthand watching you over social media and what you're doing is you've really upped it a notch and kind of taken things serious, aren't you? Like you was in down the southwest training here, and you've moved your life completely up north and are pursuing it. How's that going for you?
Yeah, exactly that. But it's been good. It's been good. It's been a good experience. It's something I've always wanted to do. Not even just thinking for MMA, but I think it's a good thing no matter what avenue you want to go down in life with your career. I think it's always good to step out of from where you're from, where the distractions are, and just grind. Just do
Mm.
what you do. Because obviously I still come back to Gloucester every weekend, every other weekend or so. So I can still catch up with my people, but in a week I know I'm here for training, and that's it. Um, so yeah, like when COVID hit, so I had a fight literally the week before we went into lockdown. So obviously I was still down in Gloucester, still training under Mark at range.
Mm.
Um, was in a good place there. I enjoyed it. I was enjoying training. It was my personal life outside of fighting was just getting in the way too much of the training. I was working full time in a job that I didn't like. Um, Managed to step out of that when the pandemic hit, and then I thought, do you know what? I need to go full time. So I met Dean and Phil, who are my two main coaches who own a gym up in Liverpool, in Bahrain when I was in IMAF last year, and I knew that opportunity was always there for me to come up there and train and spend some time up there. So I spent a
Mm.
week up there. They haven't closed for elite fighters this whole time, so the gym's been open. So I went up there for a week, and I thought, do you know what? The schedule here just suits me. I feel like I'm going to get the development I need to kind of really step it up and take this thing seriously and make some movement towards going pro.
Fair play. And it's quite a courageous thing to do, like, dropping everything to move in somewhere completely alien and just pursuing what you want in life. Like, I can imagine that must have been really scary for you. Scary, but very, like, new and different.
Yeah, do you know what? It was new. I wouldn't say scary. It all just happened. I didn't really put too much thought into it. Like I said, I didn't have much going on. I wasn't working full time anymore. I knew I wanted to do this. Um, and I came up here just for the week. I had a free week. I wasn't doing a lot. I had no training. So I decided to just book a hotel and stay in Liverpool for the week and train. And I enjoyed it so much. I came back the following week, and then again
Mm.
the following week. So I'd done 3 weeks staying in hotels Monday to Friday, and I was spending quite a lot of money. I thought,
Yeah.
you know what, I want to be here. This suits me. So
Mm.
I knew a lot of people in the team already. There's a lot of the people from the England team and that were out in the IMAF in 2019 that are based
Mm.
in Liverpool, moved to Liverpool. So I was blessed to know that Lexi Rook, who's now my housemate, she needed someone to move into her house, obviously help with the bills and stuff. So it just made sense. I didn't have to put too much work in. I didn't have to find anywhere to live. It was all set up ready for me, just to move here. So yeah, it wasn't too scary. I already knew a lot of people.
So it just all kind of fitted in place anyway.
Yeah.
Like it was just a case of you just slotting yourself in the space.
Exactly that, bro.
Yeah, that's I'm happy for you because I know chasing your dreams is one thing, but then actually doing it, like actioning it and following through and staying consistent with it, fair dues to you. So how do you find the training? Like, does it differ between the Southwest and obviously you're up north now? Like, is there some like the style of training? And I know obviously you're in two different clubs. Like, how's that going for you?
Yeah. Let me think about this one. So it's very different. It's very different to what I'm used to. It's very professional up here. The schedule, my training, my coaches. I've got different coaches for different aspects of the game. And they focus and they figure everything out for me, so I don't really have to do too much for myself. I don't have any other gym memberships on strength and conditionings or in-house. Working with Dan Mitten, who is literally the best I've come across anyway, but I really believe he's the best, certainly in the UK, but one of the best in the world, I'd imagine. But we'll see. Everyone's just got a mentality that they want to make it. We've got obviously pros that are setting good examples within the gym, but when I looked at the full-time schedule and how many people are turning up to the pro classes in the morning, the mat's full every day. We've got, at least 20 people on the mats, all grinding, putting their heart and their life into this sport. So it's a good people to be around and kind of just to slot in and adjust to that life. It's been good.
Fair play. And I take it you've come up across some monsters in the gym over there. I see you quite often posting up with Danny.
Yeah, Danny's been good. He's everyone's seen him fight. Everyone else within the industry, certainly within UK MMA, I've seen Danny fight. I've seen Danny knock people out. Everyone knows he's got hands. So that was quite a scary thing, knowing that I would be training with these kind of people. But there's amateurs that are just as are monsters as well. So it's not just Danny, but Danny puts a lot of time into me, inside and outside of the gym. So I appreciate all the support and the guidance he's been giving me while we're here. He's helping me with my striking, but also my grappling on the wall as well. He's very knowledgeable for as well. And then also just that life outside of the gym, making sure that I stay focused, diet, everything like that. So yeah, I'm grateful for him.
Nah, that's good to know. You need good people around you to obviously accommodate the dream you're pursuing. But mentioning that your opponent, he's quite a heavy grappler, isn't he? Just having a look at his record, he's got quite a few subs. I think he's got one win by TKO. And I've had the privilege of training with you myself, and know that you're quite a nifty striker. How's the ground game coming along, my man?
Good. We're getting there. I feel like a lot of pennies have dropped over the last year. This is why I'm excited to fight, because people think I'm a stand-up fighter, but they're going to see something completely different. So Phil and Dean are fantastic. Dean, certainly, in terms of shooting in, if you watch any of Dean Garnett's fights, he's very good, very quick, very strong wrestler. So he's been guiding me in that way. But then also Phil, not too many people outside Liverpool don't know about Phil Turner, but obviously he's a black belt in BJJ, very very advanced in his BJJ, but his wrestling and his knowledge of MMA, the way he breaks things down, the way he's got different systems at play, and the way we drill things against the wall, I just feel so much more comfortable. So I think with Ryan, like I said, I don't know too much about him, but for what I imagine he's going to bring, I'm hoping that I've got all the answers for that, and he's going to be having to figure me out as well. If he's looking at old videos of how I fight, then I would suggest that he just scraps that, to be honest.
Yeah. So 4-4 in amateur. What's the plan going forward? I know you've got this fight coming up. You've got the one in September. What's your thoughts? And I know obviously you've competed in IMF as well. So is there any hopes to reach that level again?
Yeah, definitely. I think that was always the plan. So I always wanted another one or two IMAFs I wanted to do last year. Obviously, before pandemic, I wanted to do the Europeans, which was meant to be in St. Petersburg, and then I wanted to do the Worlds again before turning pro. So getting as much experience as possible. Obviously, that hasn't happened. It's in the calendars for this year. I think it's again in St. Petersburg, and I think it's in Kazakhstan, the Worlds, towards the end of the year. So if that comes about, then of course I'm going to jump on that and take that experience if I can. But my heart's not, I don't have to do that. If it doesn't happen this year and I manage to get enough domestic fights and I feel like I'm in a position to turn pro, then that's my journey. The stars went aligned for IMAF. But no, there's a lot of things I want to put right, and I want to fight foreign fighters again, especially the Russians and all of those Middle Eastern countries where they wrestle differently to us. I feel like that's important. I think looking at my old training partner, Christian Duncan, look at his journey and how he's killing it in the pro ranks now. He's built a lot of experience fighting different styles, and you don't get too many different styles in the UK. I guess with Ryan Lockyer, it excites me that I don't know too much about him. I've looked at his topology and he's in a singlet, so it looks like he's done some sort of wrestling competitively. So hopefully he brings that, and it allows me to show you what I've got in terms of defensively, but also offensively with a wrestler as well. In terms of the plan, like I said, I got these two fights booked in. Let's see how these fights go. I'm going to be trying a lot of new things, a lot of different, it's a different style. So there's going to be some teething problems that no doubt will happen. So even if I win these fights, I'm going to be looking back over this footage, seeing where I need to correct things, and then I'll work out a plan from there. Put my finger up, I think maybe 4 more fights would be ideal. So I've got 2 lined up, another 2 at the end of the year, maybe a couple at the start of next year, and then we'll see where we are. I mean, I'm 26, so I know in the grand scheme of things in the sport, I'm still young and I've still got time, but I'd like to be pro in the next year or two, 100%.
Fair play, and it's great having a go at these things as well, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, you got goals you want to achieve and where you want to head and where you want to be in so many years' time. So, and no doubt we'll see you on a higher level with the people you're training and the sort of ambition you carry. And speaking on that, you ever get much time to train with your dad? I know he's big into his weights, and do you ever incorporate that with your MMA when you're back home in Gloucester?
I used to, when I was first kind of getting into MMA or I was a kickboxer, I used to do a lot with Dad from I was young. So I used to train. Well, I used to train at, what was it called, Gym Nation, back in the ends. I think I first went there when I was 13. I couldn't even lift the bar. I remember.
Yeah.
Every Saturday I would join Dad from I was about 13. And his Saturday was always chest day. So that's the only thing I was training until I was about 16 and I had my own gym membership. So I've always chest. And when I was in Gloucester as well, I know when Gym Nation shut or moved, I don't know what's happened with that gym, but he moved to Pure Gym. And again, on Saturdays, I put in a training session, and that kind of stayed routine for a good solid decade of my life into my early 20s. I don't really train with him too much. And obviously, me being in Liverpool, I don't really have the time to do that. But even the last year of being in Gloucester, I think my strength and conditioning I wised up a bit, and the bodybuilding regime just didn't fit me. It wasn't benefiting my fight game. So no, I haven't really trained with him for a while, but he's still a massive supporter. Obviously, I always make sure that he's watching, my training sessions, but also my fights as well.
Fair dues. And speaking on what, like you said about Christian as well, and he mentioned to me as well in a previous interview about how it was crucial for him to have that experience against foreign fighters, and he mentioned the Russian fighters. And it's funny you say that, because he's a strong advocate of IMAF, and he was saying that to reach the next level, that's kind of what amateur fighters should be heading for. So when you go into the pro leagues, you're well equipped with what to expect. Saying that, you've got also another ex IMAF partner, if you like, in the British team with Mohammed Mokaf.
Yeah, do you know what? There's a few. Mohammed Mokaf, obviously, his name's out there. He's got a massive following. He's training. He trains out of Aspire as well. But the last year or so where he's been fighting for Brave, a lot of the time he's been spending in Bahrain and other countries wherever he's fighting, and Turkey as well. It's good to have someone like that in the gym. We're completely different sizes, so we don't tend to do too much drilling or fighting together, but we're in the same. His mentality is next level as well, so that's another person that's been a blessing to be around more. Liam McCracken, Marlon Jones, these are all people that have been on the IMAF team. I don't think Marlon actually got to fight. I think he was injured, but Liam McCracken I met in Bahrain in 2019 as well. And I don't know if you know about him, but watch his fights. I think he's fighting in July as well. He's a serious talent. I think one of the best amateurs I've seen all rounded. So, yeah.
Fair play. Okay, Kieran. So last couple of questions before we round it up. I'm just going to fire some at you, and you just give me a quick answer. AJ or Fury?
It's a tough one. My heart wants AJ. My head says Fury. I know that's a bit of a on the fence answer.
Yeah, it is.
Fury's a boxer. AJ's a boxer as well, but the way Fury dances, man, I don't know. I'm gonna go Fury.
Okay.
Team AJ all the way. Just don't get that twisted, okay?
Okay. Ngannou or John Jones?
John Jones. He's my boy. John. It's one of those ones again where if you're taking a lick from Ngannou, you just better pray to God. You just better pray that your chin is strong and that you don't drop. But John Jones' IQ, he's one of the best. Everyone knows him. He's one of the best in the business. He's going to have a game plan. His game plan is going to be solid. And he's strong as well. And he's looking like a big boy as well now. I've seen a couple of videos. He's looking like a monster himself. So it's going to be an interesting one. I'm going John Jones.
Fair play, fair play. Best advice been given?
I'm going to say don't have a plan B. And a lot of people will be like, nah, you need to have a plan B, especially the ones that love and want the best for you. So like my parents, for instance. But plan B takes away from plan A all the time. If you know that you've got a second option, it just does. That's the whole thing why I wanted to step away from work as well. Just falling, I could always just fall back into this office life. I hated it, but I knew it was plan B. It's not there anymore at the moment anyway. So I'm just focusing on this, and that was the best advice. That's what made me make that change.
All right, that's big, man. I'll put you on the fence with this one. Mum's cooking or Nan's cooking?
Nan's already that. She knows that. That's not even a hard one. My mum is a good cook, and I've enjoyed the meals when I was growing up. But she knows it's always Nan's. If Nan's was on the offering, on a Sunday, then I'm there. 100%.
Yeah,
that Caribbean food you can't beat.
Can't beat it. Last one, Kieran. Any predictions for your upcoming fight?
Boy, I don't know enough to know about this guy of where this fight's gonna go. If it stands up, good luck. I'd like it to go 3 rounds. It's been a long time since I've been in the cage, so obviously if the finish is there, I'm not gonna not finish him. Obviously that's stupid, but yeah. I'd like to get a solid good 2 or 3 rounds in me, show my grappling, learn from putting everything that I'm doing in sparring and drilling into a real life experience. So for that, I need cage time.
All right, my man. Well,
100%.
Yeah, this is it. And just want to wish you best of luck on your upcoming fight. I hope you both come out safe and healthy, and I'm really excited to see you showcase those new wrestling skills and obviously the much enhanced, improved striking as well. So all the best, and hopefully we'll catch up sooner in the future.
Definitely, bro. Link up soon. But yeah, hope you're good. Hope your family are good, bro. I'll speak to you soon. Yeah.
Please, thank you, Kieran. Thank you for your time, mate.
Thanks now.
Right.
Bye now.